And that data is just invaluable. They have been out there all day. Here are a couple flights that flew out there. They just basically fly out, they do these figure fours, and then they take back off. They left about 4 a.m. this morning, 4 p.m. yesterday as well. There's another flight that's actually headed out to Aruba right now. They're staging there, and they'll fly back out to the system early tomorrow morning. Now, what are they finding? Well, they're not finding a whole lot out there, to be honest with you. I mean, you can see where they took off. They went southeast all the way out to the storm. It's about 650 miles or so, but there's not much there. Hispaniola just basically tore this thing up yesterday, and you can see we're losing some of the data, but you see that right there? That's the center. All of the storms are back out here to the east. There's not a lot of those, and there are some to the northeast as well too. And the forecast track should basically just have it covering right up there along the coast. So forecast numbers right now, tropical depression, 35-mile-per-hour winds. It has to get up to 39 before it gets to the tropical storm. And it'll keep the name. It'll go back, well, tropical depression Fred now, it'll go tropical storm Fred. But look at the pressure as well too. 1,012 millibars. That is not a lot. I do expect this track to continue right up along the coast. That means that it will be over water, still close to land, but it's fighting shear. It's going to be really tough for this thing to get a little bit more strength, at least over the next 24 hours. So let's take a look at the Hurricane Center forecast right now. They're basically saying, yeah, it stays weak all the way along the coast through tomorrow evening, still a depression, but then late tomorrow night into Saturday morning, it starts to slowly re-strengthen as it gets out over, number one, a little bit more warmer water here in the Florida Straits, and a little less shear at that particular point as well too. And then it starts coming up into the Gulf of Mexico, perhaps somewhere up here in the western panhandle for a landfall. But look at the winds, 45 miles per hour as it's southwest of us, 50-mile-per-hour winds as it's just about west of us, but that's likely out here near the center. Now there's some shear on it. The weather will be on the right side. We will get some rain and some breezes. I wanted to show you the track from 11 o'clock this morning versus 5 o'clock. Hasn't changed much. It's shifted a little bit, but the reason why that's important is because look where all the forecast models are compared to where the cone is now. And the cone is just the center of the storm. It has nothing to do with the wind and the rain. It shows where the center will be. They're thinking here, but you can look at all this modeling that's still back out here to the west. So let's hope that that trend continues and they actually shift it further offshore. Further offshore, less we have to deal with. So now they have updated the watches. Tropical storm watches for parts of Cuba, but now it does include the Keys. From the Keys southward and all the way up through Bonita Beach. That's a tropical storm watch. And in fact, if you look at some of the wind's arrival times, you can see basically for that area, it's during the day on Saturday. For us, it would be, this is Saturday night, 8 p.m., Sunday morning at 8 p.m. That's when our winds potentially would start to come up. But you see the coloring out here? That's the highest probability of even seeing it. That's the best chance of seeing tropical storm force winds. And right now, we only have about a 10% chance. That number's gone down. Now, here's the wind profile that the Hurricane Center provides us. This goes out through tomorrow night. Now, let's go up to about Saturday afternoon at 3 o'clock. Marco Island, right there, right? Naples. And then here it is. This is the latest, Saturday night and Sunday. That yellow is the tropical storm force wind area. It's offshore. Sarasota, Manatee, offshore. Pinellas, just offshore. The winds blowing out of the east, that'll actually help us out with red tide a little bit and going further off to the north and the west after that. So this is not a wind issue for us. It will be a rain issue, and we'll see potentially some isolated tornadoes. The GFS model, this is just one model, it'll change, but it's showing winds for us here in the 20s. We're getting right now in those storms you're hearing outside, we'll have some wind gusts in the 40s today, but it's just more of an overall breezy day. Rain, I'm going to go about 3 to 5 inches overall. The numbers officially aren't impressive at all, but I would say 3 to 5 inches. And this would mainly be Saturday night into Sunday morning. And again, there will be an isolated tornado threat to go along with that. Now, we've got a 2 for special. We've got Invest 95L. That's way out there, but it now has about a 60 to 70% chance of developing. It looks okay right now. The modeling on this, though, and I'm still hopeful that it goes a little bit further to the north and is able to recurve. Still a long ways out, so we'll keep a close eye on that. Now, it's loud out there right now. There's the storm out at St. Pete. Look at the beach. The beach looks fantastic. We are expecting these showers and storms to continue to push towards the coast. There's the line up and down, mainly west now of I-75. That'll continue off towards the west. There'll be some gusty winds and some small hail, and then things will be dying down just like we've seen over the last several days. So today, We're almost done with the rain, about 2 hours or so. Tomorrow, 60% chance for rain. It's a little less, but there's your weekend. It's mainly Saturday night and Sunday. Right now, the Bucs game, I don't think there's any issues with canceling it, but I would bring the rain gear if you are headed out to the game.